They thought her steady hands came from luck, until the sun glinted off the insignia she never spoke about, and in that bright morning heat, 5 young Marines were about to learn who they should never have laughed at. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. It happened on a training field baked under the late morning California sun, where dust rose in soft curls and Marine cadets lounged around the firing line like they owned the world. They were loud, restless, and more than a little arrogant. And when the woman stepped onto the range, short braid, calm eyes, and a faded windbreaker hiding most of her frame, the laughter started before she even reached the bench. She heard the first voice clearly. "Careful, sweetheart. You'll miss today. These targets aren't bakery signs." The cadets snickered, their amusement rolling across the field like a wave. She didn't respond, not because she couldn't, but because she remembered a similar voice long ago whispering the same underestimation. She thought she'd never hear it again. She was wrong. The range instructor stiffened. He knew exactly who she was, but she raised one hand, stopping him before he spoke. This was her moment, or rather, their lesson. She stepped forward, dust brushing over her boots. Every movement was quiet, deliberate, almost unsettlingly calm. She placed a single palm on the shooting bench, feeling the warm steel beneath her fingers. Her heartbeat stayed steady, slow, collected, the kind of rhythm only one group ever truly mastered, a Navy SEAL sniper. But the cadets didn't know that, not yet. One leaned closer to another, whispering loudly enough for her to hear. "Bet she can't even hold the recoil." More laughter. Even the wind seemed to pause, waiting for what she would do. She exhaled once, and the field shifted. A tension so gentle yet undeniable swept across the spectators. A few officers standing near the shade of a metal canopy exchanged knowing glances. An older veteran, visiting his grandson, lowered his cold drink and murmured, "Boys, watch the hands. That's not how a rookie stands." Still, the cadets didn't understand. She picked up the rifle with a familiarity that read like a lifetime. Her fingers settled, not searching, not adjusting, simply returning to an old home, and for a moment the sunlight caught the edge of her sleeve, revealing a barely visible stitched emblem. A trident. The first cadet stopped smiling. She didn't give them a speech. She didn't glare or announce her credentials. Instead, she simply said, 5 rounds, 5 targets, call the order." They tried to make it harder for her, switching the sequence randomly, calling numbers faster than before, laughing because they thought they were clever. But beneath her stillness, something old and unshakable woke up. The part of her that once breathed sandstorms in hostile deserts, waiting for silhouettes to appear on broken horizons. She lowered herself into position. Silence embraced the field. A dust cloud drifted across the grass, catching the sunlight like scattered gold. Then, one shot, a pause, 2 shots, gasps followed, another shot, and the last delivered so smoothly it seemed unreal. 5 perfect hits. The spotters scrambled to confirm, their voices tumbling over one another. All bullseyes, no spread, impossible grouping. Who is she? The cadets stood frozen, faces pale in the bright daylight, their arrogance shriveled in real time, replaced by something quieter, something almost respectful. One removed his cap, another swallowed hard. The one who'd mocked her first stepped forward, shame reddening his cheeks. "I didn't know," he managed. She finally met their eyes, not with triumph, but with a calm, level truth. That's the point. You rarely know who's standing in front of you, so don't choose disrespect as your first language. A few cadets bowed their heads. The older veteran smiled, nodding to no one in particular, as if justice had just straightened its back. When she walked off the range, the instructor caught up to her and whispered, "They'll never forget this." She didn't turn. Good. Not because of me, because someday they'll need to trust a woman to cover their flank. And that was the moment the cadets finally understood. Because respect doesn't begin with recognition. It begins with humility. And in the bright sun of that training field, humility finally found its mark. Thank you for listening. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that reveal the courage hidden in everyone.